Hi class, Mrs. Calvi here. I'm going to be reviewing multiplying and dividing integers. So we've gone over adding integers. And when we are adding integers, we know that the rules are if the signs are the same, you're adding, keeping the sign. If the signs are different, you're subtracting, taking the sign of the bigger number. And if it is a subtraction problem, you are doing keep, change, change to make it into an addition problem and then follow those rules. So today, multiplying and dividing integers are actually way easier than the addition and subtraction rules. So let's get started. So we are going to take 3 and multiply it by -3. So rules for multiplying and dividing are pretty simple, okay? If the signs are the same, so if the signs are the same, your answer is going to be positive, all right? If your signs are different, your answer is going to be negative. So very simple. Signs are the same, your final answer will be positive. Signs are different, your final answer will be negative. And when I'm talking about the signs, I'm talking about the signs of your integers within the problem. All right, so let's take a look at the one I have here. So here, my signs are different. I have a +3 and I have a -3. So my signs are different here. So get your sign out of the way first. If my signs are different, I know that my final answer is going to be a negative. Now, all you're doing is just doing the multiplication. 3 times 3 is 9. Final answer, -9. So pretty easy. Let's try another one. So remember, signs are the same, your answer is positive. Signs are different, your answer is negative. So if I had -4 times 2. Signs are different. I automatically know that my answer is going to be negative. 4 times 2 is 8. Final answer, -8. Okay, so if I had -3 times a -7. Here, my signs are the same, so my answer is going to be positive. I'm not going to actually put the positive sign because you know we don't need that. 3 times 7 is 21. Final answer, +21. And that's because my signs here were the same. Both were negative. Signs are the same. My answer is positive. All right. Pretty simple. So it is the same thing if we were dividing. So if we had 72 and we were dividing by, let's say, -9. Signs are different. My answer is negative. Get my sign out of the way first. Now I just have to do the math. 72 divided by 9 is 8. My final answer is -8. Now, if this was a -72 divided by a -9, here my signs are the same. So my answer would be positive. And then doing the math, I would have a +8. Okay? Very simple. Multiplying and dividing integers are much easier than adding and subtracting, believe it or not. Okay? So let's say I had -100, and I'm dividing that by -5. Figure out your sign first. Signs are the same. My answer is going to be positive. Now do the math. 100 divided by 5. Mental math. 5 goes into 10 2 times, and I have a 0 left. Final answer, 20. Okay? So very simple. All right? So now let's take a look at a word problem, because I know we all love word problems. Let's take a look. All right. So I have this problem here. It says a football team must move the ball forward at least 10 yards from its starting point to make a first down. If the team has 2 losses of 3 yards each and a gain of 14 yards, does the team make a first down? So one thing you guys have to remember, in word problems, they give you additional information to possibly throw you off. And a common mistake students make is they see numbers in a problem and they think they automatically have to use them. So this 10 yards, yes, we need to know that information to answer the final question, but we are not using this 10 to actually solve the problem that's being asked. All right. So we're going to use that 10 after we solve our problem. So the team has 2 losses of 3 yards. Well, first of all, a loss, you have to think, is that a positive or a negative? Well, we should know that a loss is a negative. So they had 2 losses of 3 yards. So let's think about that. 2 losses of 3 yards. So 2 times -3. All right. So I had 2 losses, and each of the losses were 3 yards, and a loss is negative. So that's why I have a -3. And there were 2 of them. So I'm going to take 2 and I'm going to multiply it by a -3. That's just the first part. So let's go back to the problem. It then says they had a gain of 14 yards. Okay, so we know a gain is a positive. So then they had a gain of 14 yards. All right, so this is the problem we're going to solve and then answer the final question that the problem is asking. So let's work on this first. So this is multiplying, so we need to go with the multiplication rules. My signs are different. My answer will be negative. So 2 times 3 is 6, and then drop down the rest of the problem. So now we have an addition problem. Signs are the same, add, keep the sign. Signs are different, subtract, take the sign of the bigger number. Okay, so our signs are different here. So that's going to be subtraction. So 14 minus 6 gives me 8. Take the sign of the bigger number. The 14 is bigger than the 6, and associated with the 14 is a positive. So here, the final answer to this problem is 8. Now let's look at what the question was asking. It says, does the team make a first down? Well, we have to go back up here, and it says that they have to move forward, which means a positive 10 yards to make a first down. Well, we only had a positive 8, so they only had 8 yards. So they did not make a first down. They still need 2 more yards to make a first down. Okay? And that's pretty much it for today. So hopefully that was a quick review, and I will talk to you guys soon.